Okay, live stream. Let's go. Says it's live. Awesome. Cool. Pop out chat. Put that over here. Awesome. Cool. Let me go check up on one more thing before we get started. Gotta make sure. Awesome. Chainwax, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? I almost didn't make it on time. I was like, oh no. The first time in forever that I don't start on time or early. But we made it. Crazy Head, what's up, man? How you doing? Hope you've had a good day. Price action hasn't been exciting, but I'm sure very soon it will be. Truck 2020 Kite is the man. Thank you very much, buddy. I'm doing good, Amazing Asian. Put out that video today. I gotta say, that thing, oh my god. You might have noticed that like I wasn't as upbeat in that video, but I had to redo it like 20 times because every single time Fish either would start barking at the door or he would do something crazy. He ate my cheeseburger while I was filming. I got Five Guys and I was like, okay, let me film this video real quick and then I'll eat this burger. And then I got 2 into the video and then he ate my cheeseburger. Okay, bad dog. He's in timeout right now. Well, he's with my roommate right now, but god dang. Amp, what's up, buddy? Yeah, bad dog. I couldn't blame them though. Five Guys, you can't resist. You're always live when I want to go to sleep. I said if we can get to 100 viewers, I'll start doing earlier live streams. I'm sorry, this is the way it's got to be right now. I'm busy during the day, got a lot of sessions to get to, and you know, this is the only time I can do it. Alright, so let's start talking. No, we're at 25 right now. I'm going to wait just a couple more minutes and we'll really start talking about why haven't we gone anywhere? Are we bottoming out? Are we going to go back up? Who knows? But I will talk about what I'm seeing. And we've seen this happen so many times. We saw it happen right here. We saw it happen right here. We saw it happen, you know, right here. It's a simple psychology thing, okay? We have a target and we're trying to get to it. We might have a retest to the upside. Definitely. We could see that. But I do think that it will eventually get down to probably not the $7,900 area, but I would probably expect anywhere between 8,250 to about 8,150. That's a for sure bet. But there is definitely the possibility to come down even further. Some of our indicators, especially the lower time frames, are kind of leaning to the bullish side. But what I think will happen is kind of like what we saw right here, where it looks bullish and it looks like you could take a really good long off of it, like right here. But then I do believe it will probably get rejected at the 50, and then we'll actually have that break to the downside. We just gotta be patient. I know it takes forever sometimes, but we just gotta be patient. So right now we are working between the 4-to-1 Gann fan and the 3-to-1 Gann fan and the 0.618 fib retracement on the macros. So those are the points that we need to be looking at for tops and bottoms. And eventually, I do hope that we will collect support on the 2-to-1 Gann fan up channel, which is right here, highlighted in purple. So these are my macro supports and my macro resistances. And then obviously, this horizontal would also be a macro support as well. I was going to say mackerel support. It's a fish. 2-day has a red dot now. That's a good thing. That'll definitely bring us back down. Like, if it really wanted to, we could come all the way down to 7,221. But as long as that's still held, I would still be bullish. Because as long as we're holding this 2-to-1 Gann fan, I do believe it would continue to collect support. And that could also turn into a bullish pennant as well. 3-day has enough bearish divergence right now to really bring us back down to these lower numbers. I know some guy in my comment section was like, you're going to get liquidated listening to these over-exuberant calls. I'm like, do you know how to draw patterns and targets? They're not over-exuberant. I don't know what he's talking about. There's so many people hating on me right now. But enough of that. I'm trying to stay positive. All right. Let's see. We're up to 34. Yeah. All right. So nothing's really changed, which is unfortunate because I like to have something new to talk about in every single live stream. But we broke out of the ascending wedge. Okay. This is our target right here from the bottom pivot to the top resistance. Okay. We take it to where we broke out from. And our technical target would be 7,960. But we could collect support along this Gann fan here at 8,243. As well as, I believe, the 1.618 from this particular top would be around 8,150. So that's why I give that general range and not like a definitive number. Anybody that trades for a while, you're never, ever going to be working with a definitive number. Awesome, Chain Wax. I'm glad you're setting up early. You're being proactive. That's what's up, man. Charging my vape right now. So I have something to vape on. So what'd you guys think of the video today? You know, every time I do a video, I always miss something. So I usually have to answer it in the comment section. So hopefully this live stream could be a place for people to come and get some more details on some stuff. I try to keep it as basic as possible. A simple introductory video to Market Cipher. All the individual aspects of it, because I feel like most people get Market Cipher and they only use the blue waves. And that is just one piece of a gigantic indicator that you could be using to your fullest potential. Hopefully Crypto Dude makes it to the next live stream, because I can see one of his questions and he says he's going to ask on live stream. Yeah, I don't want to post. No, I'm not going to do it. Going to resist the urge. Man, it's been how long has this been going on? 3 days? Oh, it feels like 3 days. We've had so much action in the past 2 weeks. It's ridiculous. I mean, this past month, like this was insane. I'm so, like, the crypto market is booming right now. I'm tired of watching you with one eye. Close your eyes. Go to bed. Listen to the sound of my voice. I'll be in your dreams. What does the blue wave actually represent? So the blue wave is momentum, okay? So you use the blue waves as, okay, the momentum only got up to this point. So that way you can draw all these bearish and bullish divergences to make really good plays off of them. So like right here, okay, this, I know it's kind of, well, this one really, okay. So right here, we have a slightly lower momentum, but we have a higher high on price action. That is a standard bearish divergence. So you would go ahead, you would wait for the VWAP to cross 0, and then you would take your entry, follow through. Once it comes back up, you exit. That's the general way how you should play Market Cipher. But if you have good support and resistance and you know what your targets are, you can definitely take profit beforehand. 100% you can. Kite ASMR. Today, we're going to be vaping. I hate myself. Man, but I've been busy the last couple of days. After this little drop and people saw how I handled myself up in this situation, I got a lot more people signing up. And I don't understand, man. I try so hard to be transparent and make sure people know what I'm about. But for some reason, there's always like some dude out there going, dude, you only have 3K subscribers and you're charging $500. Yeah, I'm charging $500 for lifetime sessions. So if you get 10 sessions that last an hour, you're only paying me $50 an hour for invaluable information that can save you money and potentially make you hundreds of $1,000s in the future. So if you're not willing to pay 500 bucks, I'm sorry. I try to make it as inexpensive as possible so that the majority of people have that availability to it if they did want to take it. But I didn't want to make it too expensive. Oh, wait, no, yeah. I didn't want to make it inexpensive. But I try to make it a little bit more expensive so that I don't have like 10 people signing up at once. And then that's already 20 sessions that week. That would be kind of ridiculous. Right now, I usually have about anywhere between 20 to 30 sessions a week. So about 30 hours. And then the live streams, that would be about 12 hours. So that's already a 40-hour work week right there. Alongside, you know, actually trading and setting up these charts. Chris L, what's up, man? How you doing, buddy? Can you tell us how you spot the pumps and dumps just before they happen? So you're looking for these bullishly or bearishly diverging indicators such as your RSI, your stochastic RSI, and divergences on your momentum waves. Okay? So what you're looking for, like on the RSI here, okay? We have a flat line RSI. You can see that we are either putting in the same exact high or lower highs, okay? But we are putting in higher highs on Bitcoin. So the longer we stay up in this region, the more explosive the move to the downside will be, okay? Right here, from this point right here, I know I'm kind of, you know, zoomed out here. Let me zoom back in. Okay. So from this point right here to this point right here, okay? You can see that on your RSI, you're either getting higher lows or the same low while you're getting lower lows on your Bitcoin. That is bullishly diverging RSI. You go ahead, DCA some longs, and then boom. That's why in this region, I was taking DCA shorts instead of just longing, because I'm looking for the big payoff. So right here, I'm seeing that we are either getting lower highs or the same high, okay? And then on Bitcoin, we're getting higher highs. So that is a bearishly diverging RSI. And then we held it up for a while, and then boom, gigantic drop comes in afterwards, alongside a bearish divergence on our 1 hour. We also had the stochastic that was overbought for a very long time as well. Stochastic RSI and RSI are very, very similar, but stochastic RSI kind of tells you if you're bullish or bearish. So when it turns to green, you're bullish. When it turns to red, you're bearish. But I really would not be going off of the colors, because sometimes you can turn to red and continue pumping for quite a while. So it's up to you to kind of, you know, look at where it's at, where it's bouncing, all that kind of stuff. So like the RSI, you're looking for bounces off the 50, and then that will cause an up run. So like right here, okay, we got a bounce off the 50 right here, and then boom, huge up run until we hit that exaggerated bearish divergence on the RSI. Okay, let's see right here, rejection off the 50, break down to the downside, and then we built up bullishly diverging RSI. So that is how I spot the pumps and dumps and get ready for them, because you have to be ready for them. You can't do it while it's happening, because by then you probably already missed most of the move. Yes, boy, I'm in this bitch. What's up, man? What's up, Sketchy? Mandy, hey, just came in. I have learned a lot from you for free. So anyone would think that $500 is too much. Thank you so much. I do appreciate those kind words. And the reason why I keep doing this is because there's so many people that are backing me up and really understand what I'm trying to do. And every once in a while, it's just one person. But, you know, I never really understood, you know, like all these YouTubers and stuff that, you know, like they would, you know, like if you haven't heard, there's a popular YouTuber named Etika. I think last year he killed himself through negative comments, all that kind of stuff. Man, it sucks. It does. Because it doesn't really, it doesn't affect me, but it's just like someone hates me. I try my best to be a good guy. Crazy Head, where are you from? I'm from the US. I'm from Virginia. Nagu? I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, but hey, how you doing, buddy? Longboard Pharma, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm seeing a lot of new names. What's up, guys? So right now, we can possibly... We could get some bullish convergence, but this is just looking pretty bearish. Earlier in the Telegram, I did say there was some potential to go up to about 8,900, but with this little spike and another rejection, I'm just not leaning towards that direction. You can see the money flow is still flatlining. And like I said, you can stay on the bottom on your stochastic and RSI for quite a while before it actually does have another bounce. So what could be happening is we are getting bullish divergence right here, a bullishly diverging RSI, but it could be extending itself much further as we dump, and then finally it will have that huge spike. So what I'm probably expecting is it to get somewhere down towards the 8,250 to even the 7,000, you know, $7,090 zone, $7,990 zone. And all of that bullishly diverging RSI or stochastic RSI, that will get released and we'll have another pump. Probably, let's see. Let's look at what our Fib retracements would be looking like then. So let's assume that we'll just use that as a bottom. Once we do hit that bottom, I would be expecting another pump after that up to about 8,480. Back up to the 0.5, which would be our strongest resistance at that point. You can see it's our strongest support right now. That's why we are having trouble breaking down from it. But definitely another pump back up to that, especially if what I just talked about keeps up. And, you know, it definitely could get a rejection off of that and then maybe build some sort of pattern and then actually break out to the upside again. We'll see how this goes. There's many different possibilities. All we know for certain right now is that we will be working between the 4-to-1 Gann fan and the 0.618 Fib retracement for a good while. All right, so those are our tops and our bottoms. We just kind of have to play back and forth until we have a breakout. You learn fast, man. I know your channel from the beginning. Good job. Yeah, man, like when I first started out, I'll be honest, like I didn't have a whole lot of information. I tried to share what I knew, but I was upfront about it. I told you guys I was a new trader. I'm just starting to learn things, but having this channel and having people looking to me for information causes me to constantly get better and better at an accelerating rate. So I really do owe my knowledge base to you guys. You guys are the reason why I have learned so much and I can do these one-on-ones. Otherwise, I don't know where I would be at. If I didn't have, you know, like this constant pressure of becoming better and better and better, I don't know if I would be where I'm at. So it's all on you guys. You guys are the ones that are pushing me. And I know you might be like, well, no, I'm not, you know, trying to make you feel like that, but that's what it feels like. And it's not a bad thing. It's definitely a good thing. It's definitely a good thing because it makes me learn more. Yeah, man. Well, trading is not the hard part, okay? Learning your indicators, learning how to set targets, that's not the hard part. The hard part is taking the trades and letting them work themselves out. That is where people mess up because the longer you're sitting in a trade, like swing trades, most of my swing trades go on for like 7 to 14 days, okay? And sometimes we'll get a nice bounce. If I'm in a short swing trade and we get a nice bounce, you better bet there's a little bit of feeling like, oh, can we actually break out to the upside? Can I not make money off of this trade? Will I actually lose money? It's about getting rid of those feelings and letting the price action work itself out. And kind of reassure yourself, the first you know, upswing to downswing typically goes from top to bottom. I'm not going to lie. Like right here, the first upswing went straight up to the top. The next downswing, you can see it took a lot of time, okay? But eventually, we got there, okay? And then finally, we went up to the upside, a little bit less because of the 8-to-1 Gann fan. This one was a little bit less. It didn't officially go all the way down to the bottom because of the 4-to-1 Gann fan. So the first like 1 to 2 to 3 moves, reassure yourself that there is a high chance that they go directly from top to bottom. I do not personally use any bots. I don't use Bybit tools. I don't use trailing stop losses. Everything I do in my trading is intentional, and there is an educational decision behind it. I don't like leaving that up to numbers. Obviously, I base my judgments off of numbers and indicators, but I don't feel like a bot can do it the same way I could. Yeah, after you set up the plan for that trade and you know your target, you know your stop loss, and everything is perfect, walk away. If it's a swing trade, walk away. A very, very easy thing to do is like, let's say my target is 7,984, okay? Right before we get to it, set up a horizontal trend line, right-click it, hit Add Alert, and then make it so that when the price crosses that, you get an alert, okay? That way, you have you can go back and check the charts, you can let your heart rest, and then obviously have some take profit points along the way. So for me, you know, when we dropped down, I took 1/4 of my profits on the 1.414. I hate saying these ones because I'm not used to it yet. And then once we drop down to the 1.272, I'll take 1/4 of my profits there. Once we drop down to the you know, $7,000, $8,000 zone, well, $8,000 zone, I'll just say that, I will take the final bit of profit and I'll be looking for a long swing. This is how I play my charts. It's very simple, but you just have to be willing to let price action work itself out. Because yes, you will have times where it takes multiple days to figure out what it wants to do. But usually, if you get a rejection at the top, it will try to make its way down to the bottom. Obviously, take note of the patterns that you're in between and be aware. Like if you are in a short swing, but you see an absolute bullish pattern that could take you back up to the upside, take some profits and maybe enter a long swing depending on the situation. But on swing trades, you really want to focus on the tops and bottoms. That way you can use higher leverage because your stop losses are better. Any way to use your system and market cipher with a self-directed IRA trade legally? Yeah. Gann fans work on any market. It's just a way of setting up support and resistance lines. And like I said, it is based on price structure, not time frame. So the formula you want to use to set up your Gann fans is pattern, breakout, top or bottom, and then swing high or swing low. So from that top or bottom from the breakout, wherever that swing low or swing high ends, those are your 2 points of connections. So look at it like this, okay? I don't know if this makes sense, okay? And I should just show you on the chart, but I'm already caught up in this, so I'm not going to stop. All right, so let's say your low is here and your high is here. You need to square your chart. So what you need to do, since your low comes before your high, I know for you it's backwards, you need to square your chart by making them the same exact point. So I'm still level with my high, but I'm vertical with my low. That's called squaring your chart. And then Market Cipher works on every single, from what I've seen, it works on every single market. Yeah, I didn't see your question, Groove, but I will show you guys how to set them up. All right, so let's go ahead, delete everything, and we'll start from scratch. All right, so you want to go out to a daily chart for your macros. We're going to actually maximize this screen here. All right, make sure that you have log scale turned on. All right, so like I said, we are finding a pattern. We are finding a breakout of said pattern. We are finding a bottom to a swing high. Okay, that's a little bit off. Okay, so a bottom to a swing high. Now you need to find the intersection between your high and low, which is right here. So the 2 points that I'm going to start my Gann fans on are this right here and this right here. Okay. So now you go ahead and get a 45-degree angle using your trend angle tool over here in the toolbox right here. You're going to start on your low, put in a 45-degree angle holding shift. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and find that intersection between our high and low, put in a 45-degree angle. We're going to grab our Gann fans. Line the 1-to-1 Gann fan up, the one that is attached to your cursor with the 45-degree angle. Okay. Now, when you first set up your Gann fans, they could be highly inaccurate or only slightly inaccurate. It's usually never right off the bat. Okay. So you can see how none of this makes sense right now. You can see that I have a resistance or support crossing between all of this price action. So I need to make it more accurate. So I have a clear resistance right here, clear resistance right here. So I can see 1, 2, and then a 3 as a support. So I need to move my 2-to-1 Gann fan as the support line. Okay. So how do I do that? If you zoom in or out, it will offset the 45-degree angles. So what I need to do is I need to zoom in with my slider, and you can see that offsets that. And then I move my 1-to-1 Gann fan. See, I went a little bit too far there, so I'm going to pull it back. That's closer. I just spit everywhere. All right. And that is perfect right there. Okay. So you can see that is clearly holding this as support. This is a support / resistance, depending on what side you're above. And then right here, you can see 1, 2, 3 rejections. So now you know that that is the actual support and resistance. So now before zooming in or out, go ahead, make sure that your other up channel matches with that. You can see like right here. You can see right here. So actually what I need to do, okay, I want to make this a little bit more accurate. So you want to make sure that if you do have price action like this, mainly focus on the candle body closes. Wicks don't matter. You want to make sure that the candle body closes are above the support. Okay. If you got a clear bounce off of it, that is definitely a support. So we actually need to take this down a little bit more. Okay. Actually, no, up a little bit more. Okay, that is perfect right there. Well, I want to change this song. I'm going to do Whit Lowry. I feel like he made this song that I'm about to play just for me. Like it literally feels like that. I use line charts when setting these up, clears out all the noise. Definitely, but you really want to look at those candle body closes. That's a huge part of it. All right, so now that we got our everything set up exactly perfect, you're going to go ahead and zoom in or out, offset those 45s, delete them. Go ahead and get your fib retracements. What fib retracements and Gann fans combined allow you to do is get a really clear picture. Not only do you have just horizontals or just diagonals, you have both now, and you can make really great judgments based on that. So right here, it might not look like this when you first set them up, okay? You need to go down here to fib levels based on log scale and make sure that that is checked, or else they will not look right. You can see like if I uncheck it, none of this makes sense, none of it. But when I check it, it lines up perfectly. Okay, and sometimes you can break a horizontal but find support on a diagonal, okay? So that's why we combine the two, because if you're just going off of fib retracements, you're missing a huge piece of the picture. Just like if you're using blue waves on Market Cipher and nothing else, you're missing a lot of the picture. You have to use everything together collectively to form the most informative decision that you can possibly make, or most educated decision you can possibly make, and make the most out of any trade, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw what our the strongest support and resistance that we could possibly see. I'm sorry, I just got started right there. All right, so we're going to go ahead. Our 4-to-1 is our strongest resistance. Our 2-to-1 Gann fan is our strongest support right now, along with this down channel 2-to-1 Gann fan. And then our strongest support horizontally is the 0.618 fib retracement. So like I said, it doesn't matter what time frame you set your Gann fans up on. What matters is the price structure. So it's definitely going to be easier to do the macros from either the daily or the 3-day. You could even use a weekly, but you got to have a little bit more detail in order to make sure that the candle body closes are matching up with the resistance and support. Don't focus on wicks too much because those will definitely mess you up. And I don't know why on Bitstamp there's this gigantic wick when most exchanges did not have that. I feel sorry for whoever had to deal with that on that day. Oh my god. Hopefully that does not happen to me. Any questions I missed when I was setting this up? Okay, so cheers, my dude. Good evening. 300 Rivers, what's up, buddy? Awesome. And then, like I said, you can start going back down to the lower time frames. You know, use a 1 hour, 2 hour. And like I said, it just, you find a pattern. I have so many little phrases I repeat over and over and over again. Like, okay, like I said, but I hope you guys don't hate me. All right. So we have pattern, breakout, bottom, top. Those are our new Gann fans going forward. So that diagonal resistance that I was working with, that was yellow. And I actually need to change the preset for these. So I set up custom presets for my macros, mediums, and micros. So that way the visibility isn't messed up so that my medium time frames don't show up on the daily and my smaller time frames don't show up on my mediums, you know, so on and so on. So now go ahead, get a trend angle, 45. Now, the reason why I'm not drawing the down channels right now is because we've already broken out to the upside. Once we start getting a little bit closer, I probably will re-add them because they are useful. But just for the sake of not having so much noise on my chart, I will just draw the up channels. And it's already pretty damn close. So I want to make sure that these match up, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, offset that 45 just a little bit. And you can see that's pretty much perfect. All right, we got pretty damn close to the 1-to-1, got a rejection. Pretty damn close to the 1-on-1, got a rejection. Touch the 1-on-1, rejection. Okay. So that can really guide the way here. And make this yellow. Actually, no, make the... No, not thick chick, medium chick. All right, there we go. Awesome. And that is how I set up my chart. And then you can lay down fib retracements on this as well. From top to bottom. You can see that we are finding support on the 1.414 right now. So we could have potential to come all the way up to 8,841 and retest the 1.618. Go ahead, find your pattern within the Gann fan. Sometimes that does happen. Okay, so we have a descending wedge here. We have two targets out off of this, actually. We have this target here and this target here. So we have two places we can get to. All right, so we have this one here and we have this one here. Oh, that was a lot of talking, guys. I'm lightheaded. We'll mark these in green. Okay, awesome. And then indicators. You guys know I use the 3-chart layout setup. One left, one right. I mean, 2 right. And then when you first set it up, it's going to look like this. What your job is to add the indicators that you want and then double click and that will maximize them. Obviously, these are just both market cipher, but I have certain things turned off to separate them. So I feel like that helps me see each individual indicator the most efficient way. Do you look at BTC dominance or is that not important? I'll be honest. I have never looked at BTC dominance, not once in my life. I see it on Crypto Zombies channel, but it doesn't impact the way I trade. Not whatsoever. It is a good metric for like altcoins, how much growth those could see potentially. But since I am a Bitcoin trader, it doesn't really affect me at all. You know, I do trade altcoins. I do trade Ethereum. Sometimes I trade XRP. Mostly, most of the altcoins I hold, like Basic Attention Token, Monero, hold a little bit of Zcash just in case there is another fork off of that. But I just trade those on macro timeframes, you know, just accumulating when it goes down, profiting when it goes up. I don't really do any leverage trading. King D13, I don't do any Forex. I got into it a little bit, but I made so much money from crypto, it really didn't make sense for me. I do have like a Robinhood account. I know most people don't like Robinhood, but I'm not there to actually trade. I'm looking for long-term investments like mining, gold and silver mining contracts, you know, Tesla. What's the other ones? AMD. Is there any other ones I'm missing? Those are some of the big ones. I have a little bit of little smaller caps, but they really don't matter. How do you tell where to buy and sell? Like after your trade though. So I have a clear plan of exit, okay, using my Fib retracements. So when we broke the 8-to-1 Gann fan right here, I put in a market buy, okay. I put in my stop loss right below the 8-to-1 Gann fan because that is now my strongest support going forward. And then my target is the 1.618. So I take 1/4 of my profits at the 1.272, 1/4 of my profits at the 1.414, and then finally take the rest of my profit at the 1.618. That is my plan of exit. You can also use Fib retracements as a way to DCA as well. Let's say you're trying to play this to the short side, okay? Obviously understand where your macro resistance is, and then maybe between the 0.618 and that macro resistance, start taking DCA shorts. You guys saw me do that. And that way, when we start coming back down, take 1/4 of your profits at the 1.414, 1/4 of your profits at the 1.272, and then finally 1/4 of your profits on the final drop. Now, obviously, that's just coming back down. You would want to look at the pattern that you were in before and draw Fib retracements off of that and follow it like that. So the 1.618 is at 8,209. But I'm just using these macros for right now until we do have an official pattern. But you can suspect that our new medium time frame Fibonacci's going forward are going to be, let's say our bottom is somewhere around, actually, I do want to just match this up because this is working out perfectly. So when using Fib retracements, your strongest supports and resistances are always going to be the 1. Oh, I thought I was on the circle tool. The 1, the 0.5, and the 0, and the 1.618. Okay? So those, like, depending on where you are in the pattern, those are going to be your strongest supports and resistances. All right, so drawing these fibs like this, and we're holding really good support at the 0.5 right now, I have pretty much almost certainty that these are going to be our new Gann fans. I mean, not Gann fans, Fib retracements going forward into this pattern. So that makes me believe that there is definitely a high chance that we do drop back down towards these, you know, $7,950 to $8,000 zone. It's definitely a high likelihood. Jeff Goldstein, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? I trade naked most days. Kite has a Telegram, but it's private. Yeah, man. It's just $50 a month. Definitely. Jeff Goldstein's gonna say something about this. But if you don't need the help, don't take it. I'm doing this as an educational thing. I give out calls, but I make sure that you guys understand why I do it. I'm not just throwing numbers out there. I give a educated, informative, what am I trying to say here? Educated playbook behind the trade I'm making. How long have you been trading? I've been in crypto for about 4 years now, so I know a lot about crypto. I just started trading about, I would say, how many months ago was that? I started trading in this little pattern right here. So I've been trading for, let's see, almost a year. But since then, I've gotten so much better. I really didn't start getting my shit together until like right about here. I really started putting a lot more time and effort in learning risk management, making sure that I got everything correct right there. Because right here, it's, you know, when we're just going straight up or straight down, it's easy to make money. It's these in-between patterns where it gets hard. Okay. So definitely had a lot more work during that. But right now I'm really making a killing. And Jeff Goldstein does not like to hear that. Because how can a 20-year-old kid make more than him? He's sad. He's sad and he's mad. And I don't do that to make you guys envy me. That's not the purpose. I am showing you that if a 20-year-old can do it, there is no reason you can't do it too. I'm not doing it to boast. I'm not doing it to make myself feel better and get compliments. I am doing it to show you guys that anybody could do it. Is Jeff Goldstein still here? Because you should start a YouTube channel, man. I think he just came in the chat, said one thing, and then left. I would like to have a conversation. I really want to understand his point of view. Because there's no point in just, you know, shit-talking somebody and then just walk away. How often do you use vertical support and resistance in your Gann fans? So those are market cycles. Market cycles, you can view them as vertical support and resistance, but they are just a signal to kind of tell you where the trend shifts are going to be, okay? They are highly accurate, don't get me wrong. But from what I understand, the market cycles, let's say we got one here, okay? We go out 192 days. Let me go to a daily chart here. So 192 days, it called the exact top, 192 days. I do believe it called the exact bottom. So these are a way to visualize swing highs and swing lows, okay? So whatever happens in the previous one, if this one is an up swing high, the next one will be a swing low. And it will try to retest previous supports from this one right here. Okay, so in this one, I'll just go ahead and measure it out. I know where it is roughly. 192 days. Okay. So this one, you might be asking, if it's a swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low, why did this one end in a double bearish? So like I said, if this one is a downtrend, the next one will try to be an uptrend, and it will try its hardest to retest previous resistances from this market cycle right here. But obviously, I mean, had a 42% pump. Nothing to scoff at, but it couldn't break through that resistance and held the diagonal resistance, and then eventually ended with that bottom. What's up, Aaron? How you doing, man? Krypton, what's up, man? I could block him. I just don't understand, man. Like, listen, Jeff, I understand where you're coming from. I'm 20 years old. I have 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. 700 of them are probably not even from the crypto community, okay? So from your perspective, I look like a nobody that is selling pipe dreams to people. But if you listen to what I'm saying, listen to every single live stream that I've ever done, you will not find a single point where I sell the dream of being a millionaire starting from $1,000. I am very realistic with my stop losses, my risk management, making sure that you understand that this is a slow process that will take time, but if you can do it effectively, that dream of becoming a millionaire 10 years down the line is definitely a probability, okay? It's never a certainty, but it's definitely a probability. And I give one-on-one sessions, 2 a week if you want to, okay? So most of them last about an hour to 2 hours long. So if you get 10 sessions and you paid $500, actually $450 with crypto, you are only paying me $45 an hour to learn invaluable information that could save you and make you potentially a boatload of money. So I don't think I am being overzealous with asking for $500. I have a lot of people that I have to get to. I have to do these live streams. I have to trade for myself. I have to see friends and family. So my time is valuable, okay? Everybody's is. Don't do something for free if you're good at doing it. I want to help people. But in order for me to do that, I have to manage my time correctly. I cannot get to everybody. So that's why I do these live streams And I'm like, the live streams are essentially a mass one-on-one. I am not holding back any information on what I know. If you ask the questions, I will answer it to my full ability, and I will make sure you understand that. And you can ask the same question 100,000 times. I will still do it. But if you want that one-on-one interaction and you want real-time feedback on what you're doing, I can watch your chart as you're doing it. That is where the one-on-ones come into play. I'm not shoving it down people's throat, and I'm not asking for money constantly. I throw it in there every once in a while when somebody asks for it, or at the end of the stream. I feel like that's my right. I'm working hard and I'm trying to build a future for myself. And I feel like if I'm doing good at it at 20 years old, anybody could do it. So I'm doing the best I can to help people. And if you can't see that, get the hell out, man. Get the hell out. What's up, Flyer? How you doing, man? Korean, what's up, man? Mrs. G, you're gonna make me blush. Stop. No, I'm not gonna ban him because I want him here too. I want him to see what I'm doing. I want him to see how I talk, how I handle myself, how I handle questions. I want him to see that I know what I'm talking about, because otherwise there's no point. He wins. What's up, Surfer? How you doing, man? Aaron Crypto, I did not create Kite Crossing. I'm not going to take credit for that. I showed you guys how to use it, and I made it more mainstream, but I did not create it. That was all Clove. He's an awesome dude. He dropped off the face of the earth. I have no clue where he went. I have no Clove where he went. But yeah, awesome guy. He was fun to talk to. He's probably off working on some like high-end project that he has to be silent about. That's what my assumption is. Thank you, Mrs. G. Thank you, Mrs. G. I've been waiting for this. My scalp account is in a long just based off of risk to reward ratio, but I'm still in a swing short with an average of 90-70. Jeff Goldstein, if I told you I was a Scorpio, would that cement your decision on calling me a salesman? I love that I'm a Scorpio, because it's just like, you ever meet one of those girls, like the second they meet you, they're like, what's your astrology sign? And I'm like, I'm a Scorpio. And they're like, I could tell. I'm gonna stay away from you. I'm like, all right, cool. Thanks. I'd love to see what you could do with a new account with $10 in 30 days. I'd probably make 13 bucks. Well, no, I would probably make $3. If it was a good month, I would probably turn 10 bucks into $3. Well, not turn 3 bucks into 10 bucks into $3, but make $3. Like I said, I'm not out here trying to make $1,000 into $1 million in 1 month. That's not realistic. That's not going to work. You're going to lose your money. Stop it. Don't use high leverage. Make smart choices. I'm having a lot of fun with this. Jeff is giving me a reason to talk. Jeff, you understand that you doing this causes me to promote the one-on-ones more. Causing me to talk about it, causing me to, give arguments on, why I'm doing it. So it just puts more of it out there. So if you don't want me to promote the one-on-ones, don't mention it. This is actually really fun. I'm having so much fun with this. I think I might just make a troll battle channel where like I make the most cancer channel, like I promote all of the shit coins and then don't tell anybody. And then I defend the opposite position. It's kind of like debate club almost. Yeah, I think I know what Shu is working on. I'm not going to mention it here, but I think I know. I have an inkling. Because I'm an observer. For anybody that doesn't know, Fish betrayed me today. So when I was doing that not the Gann fan video, I was trying to do the Gann fan video first. It wasn't working out, so I just switched to the other one. And you might have noticed in the video, I wasn't like as upbeat, as like talkative. You know, I wasn't really like just straight to the point because my mind was so boggled. I didn't know where I was going. I tried to get through it the best I could, but I did that video at least 15 to 20 times. So it took me about like 2 hours to do an 11-minute video because every single time I would do something, Fish would start going haywire. He would either start obsessively crying, he would either bark at people coming in the house, or I got Five Guys and I was waiting to eat it after the video and I left it on my table and I did not hear him and he ate my cheeseburger. I was so pissed. And then finally I was like, okay, Fish, you're going out. You're going outside. So I put him on the leash. He can run free, do whatever he's got to do. I finished up the video, came back in. I was kind of pissed, not going to lie, because Five Guys burgers are the bomb. And that was my lunch meal that was my meal for the day. Okay. And he took it away from me. I love Fish, but God damn, he's such a piece of work, man. He's such a piece of work. Yeah, I was done. I was done, Fearless. I was just trying to get this video out and just, I probably should have postponed it and really just, you know, laid out a clear plan. Because I had a general idea of the flow of the video. I didn't have like a script or anything. And then the more and more times that I repeated the information, the more jumbled it would get. Fish is a pug. He's half pug, half Palpian. So he has all the features of a pug. Like he has like a cute pug face, little smushy face. He has the same color, same body type, but his mother is a Palpian. So he doesn't have that smushed in nose. So he doesn't have a lot of the breathing problems. His eyeballs are still pug eyeballs. So I do feel bad for him, but you know, I try to do the best for him. Is what it is. Sorry, Papillon? I don't know who that is. But goodbye, Fearless. I understand. But I guess we'll just have to wait till tomorrow to get a nice meal. I'll make sure that's on a high table so Fish cannot reach it. Papillon. Papillon. I'm it's not Palpian? It's spelled Palpian. All right. If you guys don't know, Fearless Fly is my grammar teacher. He corrects me when I'm wrong and helps me become a better person. So Palpian. All right.
Papillon.
All right, you're right. You're right, Fearless.
Papillon.
Papillon. Papillon?
Papillon.
Papillon?
Papillon.
All right. That is 2. 2-0 for Fearless Fly. Trust the fly. Make a T-bone with roast tattoos? Roast potatoes? I had plenty of steak the past week. I've gone out a couple times. Now, I have not had my prime rib, okay? Prime rib is my favorite cut of meat, specifically from this one place, because just the way they do it. The au jus is great. Filet mignons are overrated, guys. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your money. They are good. They're awesome. But don't waste your money on filet mignons. Okay. A giant wick to 6,400? I did not see that at all. That's insane. I did not know that. Sami, I saw you on Crypto Bitcoin Chris's comment section. I saw you and I was like, hi, hello, I see you. I love sushi. Sushi is awesome. I'm glad that actually I'm sad. I'm sad. I was in a short. If I could have got what? 6,400, right? If that would have shown up on Bybit, I'm so sad. Why did you tell me that? God dang it. I could have, oh, God. I would have had a party and I would have been the only one in the room if that trade went through for me in that amount of time. I probably would have had take profits set up even before then, so I can't act like I would have got the full wick. But that still would have been awesome if I would have taken profit on that. Are we getting any? Okay, we're not. Awesome. All right, Ryan Crevejo, Jeff Goldstein, this song goes out to you, man. When I saw your comment that one night, I listened to this song, thought of you, went to bed to the thought of you. So just know, you're in my head. You're my man. He's a nicotine drug addict. He's a drug addict. Oh no. Jeff, you're gonna have to come up with something better, man. How old are you, Jeff? How old are you? Jeff, I don't think you understand the magnitude at how many successful people take certain types of drugs. You know, there's an argument that there's no correlation at all. Okay. But there is definitely a huge disparity in successful people taking certain types of drugs. I'm not talking about like cocaine or anything like that. I don't think those help you in what way whatsoever. And I will admit, Jeff, I do have a nicotine addiction. It is something that I'm trying to work on. Obviously, you might not see that come through in the live streams. But I'm very aware of it. But it's not a point that should be taken. Definitely doesn't hold any weight. That's for you, Jeff. I like the smell. I should mod some people. You're right. Over the next couple live streams, I'll pick some mods. I know who's going to be the first mod. There you go. Korean, you're the first mod. I have a couple people that I would probably pick for second. I'm not going to give any names, but I definitely know who would be the second, third, and fourth. But don't kick Jeff. Don't kick Jeff. Not yet. Not yet. I have not had my fun with him. If he's still staying in the live stream, that is one viewer. Okay. And I'm going to keep that viewer until he dies. Okay. And it sounds like he's 80 years old and he's grumpy. He's probably going to have a heart attack. So let's just soak up that time while we have it. So Jeff, please, I'll send you my address. Let me know when your when your ceremony of life is, and then I will get to you. I will show up with flowers. Nobody will know who I am, but you better bet I will be there. Do you think BTC will drop some more because of the Chinese New Year? I don't like, I know there is some truth to it that certain dates have certain effects on Bitcoin. And definitely some, macroeconomic turmoil has effects on Bitcoin. I mean, that's just a certain thing. But I don't like giving those like a lot of power to them and, them influencing my decisions. My decisions are solely based off of support and resistance, taking the best possible trades at the best possible times, and then reading my indicators along the way. So I really don't feel like that it should be something you really look at. I am looking for a drop down towards around 8,110. That would definitely be a good target to get to. Definitely a great bottom for this swing low to put ourselves in a new pattern going forward. Not me. I kick everybody. Abdullah, I'm glad you like it, man. I appreciate it. It was just for you guys. Jeff, did you watch my market cipher video? I feel like you could learn something. God. Jeff, I want you to make it to every single live stream from now on. I want you to be the local troll. I will give you a title. I will put a banner in the top left corner with your name in it if you make it to every single live stream. Let's see. This is also one. You guys probably heard the same songs 1,000 different times. I'm one of those people that like I'll find like a collection of songs that I really, really like, and I'll listen to them over and over and over again. I know there's a lot of people that like will get like 200 songs that they like and then hit shuffle and they really don't care. I'm not one of those guys. Augustine. That's pretty close to my name. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Just tuned in. Have your Gann fans changed or stayed the same? I've set them up a whole bunch of times, so, sometimes there'll be a little bit of variation with the distance between this rejection and this resistance. Sometimes when I set it up, it'll be directly on it. Sometimes it'll be just within a given range. So you try to get the best possible and just work with it. With those macros, they can really be offset by like $50 to $100. Jeff, I've been growing my beard out for 2 months now, just so people don't call me a child. Stop it. Dennis, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Jeff, listen. Start a YouTube channel. I want to see your face. I want to see what you talk about. I want to see the way you handle your situations. Then we can talk. Yes, the Gann fans have been the same starting point for a while now. We are in the process of trying to find a swing low in order to make the next medium pattern going forward. But as of right now, we don't have that swing low yet. So we are in the process of a breakout, a top to a swing low to a swing high. Okay. So from this next bottom, I will be taking this high here and that bottom and then creating a new set of Gann fans. And I expect them to kind of fit in between this macro right here. So my macro support would be this 2-to-1 Gann fan and this 0.618 fib retracement. And my resistance would be the 4-to-1 Gann fan. So over the next like 60 days or so, I expect us to just be bouncing between probably the low, 7,869 is definitely could be a low. And, getting squeezed by this 4-to-1 Gann fan. That's my hope. Obviously, that's just something that I'm predicting. But that would definitely be good for Bitcoin. If we can put in an inverse head and shoulders on a macro time frame like that and turn everything from $14,000 down into a new target, you better bet your bottom dollar that's what I'm looking for. Goldstein is definitely not a last name that you want to see on a playground. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Chris Hansen, come get this man. By the way, I'm the cutest looking 13-year-old you ever seen. All right? So boss up. Just kidding. Just kidding. Don't actually try to steal me, Jeff. That was so one of my favorite pastimes is going on crypto Twitter and looking at people that are just surprised by price action and just it's always the people that are like, let's go to the moon. Let's just blast off already. Let's go. Let's go. And then we see a wick like this to the downside and they're like, what happened? What happened? And I saw Peter Schiff's post about him losing all his Bitcoin. I'm like, what were you doing? Were you keeping it on a hard drive? You're dumb. Either Ledger Nano, SSD, or cloud. Okay. I know there's a lot of arguments for cloud. I do think that Exodus is a decent way to store your Bitcoin. Obviously, if you have a crazy amount of Bitcoin, don't. But Exodus is pretty safe as long as you have two-factor authentication turned on. There is some risk in it because if their main data servers get hacked, it could be a breach. But obviously, safest way would be Ledger Nano or an SSD on your SSD, but never a hard drive. Never ever. Never ever. I like that one, Mrs. G. Kiss my cash. I'm still 100x short from 9,151. Unfortunately, I'm on testnet. I read the first part of that and I almost had a heart attack. I almost had a heart attack. Tried to sleep, can't while you're live. I don't want to miss any information. Dude, just let it seep into your dreams. You ever heard like that concept where you sleep on a textbook and the osmosis knowledge goes into your brain? Just do the same thing, but with my live streams. I'll pop up in your dreams somewhere and I'll just be a giant chalkboard going, divergence. Just like that. Just like that. I hope some of you guys have dreams like that tonight. What do you think about Binance? I love Binance. I've had a Binance account for like 4.5 years now. I haven't had any problems with them withdrawing or depositing. I don't have a margin account with them. I just have a regular account with them. But they've been absolutely fantastic to me. We still have not got past the 50 on the RSI. So that is the only thing that's really holding us back from pumping. Me personally, I would rather see my scalp trade fail. Okay. And then we get rejected and my swing trade takes over because that really starts getting things rolling. It allows me to really see that pattern start forming. So I really do hope that we continuously get rejected at this 50 right here on the 1 hour. Let's see where we are in the 2 hour. 2 hour, it still has some room to the upside to get rejected at the 50. So we'll see how it goes. 15 minute, it's hanging around the 50 right now. We could see it dive back down if it does get rejected. Same thing on the 30 minute. So we'll hang around the 1 hour. Is it a good idea to start shorting 10x now? I would say your stop loss would probably want to be, I would say 8,793 would be a good stop loss. Obviously, if you do want to play this the correct way, All right, and not just go based off of this little tiny pattern right here. Your stop loss should technically be up here. So I would say only use about 4x if you're going to do it that way. But if you want to play a little bit riskier, you could. For this scalp long, how did you draw that green line target? So this green line right here, that is not the scalp long. That is the scalp short, okay? And the reason why I have the green line all the way up here is because I just want to make it more symmetrical. Because I do think that we will find support along this 4-to-1 Gann fan. So I don't want to make anybody think that we're going to go down this low. Okay, we definitely could, but we have a very high chance of holding support at this 4-to-1 Gann fan. Actually, this is the 3-to-1 right here. So you don't trade shitties, Kite? Any opinion on ADA? All right, listen. I am voting for Monero rather than Cardano. Cardano is ADA, right? I do have that correct. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the reason for that, the darknet has gone with Monero. Okay, there's still majority being used. Bitcoin is still the majority of what's being used. But as more and more people are learning about Monero, it is definitely the most preferred means of exchange on there. And just like how Bitcoin got its popularity on the darknet and then transferred over, I believe Monero will see the same sort of effect. And Monero already has a double bottom inverse head and shoulders. So I do believe that we could be trending towards all-time highs over the next couple of months. Boo! ADA all the way. I am simply making a decision based off of the popularity of the coin, not the technology. It's kind of like that VHS versus Betamax argument. So obviously I don't know what the timeline is for this, but porn went with VHS. They did not go with Betamax. Which one do you remember? Dude, Surfer with the Tesla. Look at that exaggerated bearish divergence on the daily. That's why I do think this will have a significant drop down. At least until we get around the 50. Once we get around the 50, we definitely have a high chance to bounce. But until then, it's not looking good. That's why I was saying for quite a while when we were sitting up here, I'm focusing on my swing short. I'm not taking these little tiny ass longs. I'm focused on the bigger picture because you really want to make the most out of the first 2 to 3 trades in a swing pattern. So the first up, the first down, and then the second up. Those are the most easiest to trade and most likely to have a rejection or bounce off of support or resistance. So they are very, very easy to trade, and you can make a lot of money off of them. So that's why I'm focusing on this first swing low, and then the next swing high. And then I'll probably start getting into the scalps a little bit more as we start settling down. Hey Kite, how do you set up TV to have windows only market cipher B? I always have a price chart in view, which I have to hide, but that messes up the scales. Okay, so what you want to do is over here in the top right corner, you'll have a layout button. Now this is all dependent on what level of trading view you have. So if you have the $60 version, you could do 8 charts, but you'll need like a 50-inch, 4K in order to make use of that. I do the 3 chart setup. You can either have the vertical on the right or the left, and then you can have 2 horizontals on the right or the left. So select that, and it's going to look like this. Okay, so I'm going to set it up from scratch here for you. All right, so let's go ahead, add market cipher B to both of these. All right, you want to double click in the empty space to maximize them. And then from there, you just take off the blue waves, you take off the VWAP, you leave everything except for I mean, you take away everything except for RSI and money flow. That separates those two indicators by themselves. Right here, all you gotta do is take off money flow and RSI, and then boom, you're in business. What happened to my stochastic? Oh, I have this all. My defaults are messed up. I saved them wrong. RSI and money flow. There we go. And then boom, you got them set up. Sorry. I always forget to reset it before live streams. Well, you can do this with any indicator. And like, let's say you have two indicators that are separate, okay? So let's say I have RSI. Well, let's do one indicator. The only one I know that would probably work really well is RSI. So you can drag and drop indicators onto each other. And then from there, you can right click on one of them and then pin to scale, and that will separate into two. I know it doesn't really work well with this setup in particular, but you know, depending on which indicators you can use, it can look very, very good. From my past live streams, if you see me use like MACD, I have that down here, and I have money flow and RSI up here, just like I do right here. Crappy dollar store, Mike. Oh my God. Jeff, don't mean to flex on you, bud, but this is a $400 microphone and a $200 mix amp. So, I don't know. I like how I just acted like $600 is like the end all be all of microphones. I was going to get the Neumann U87 back when I was into voiceovers. But I thought long and hard about it, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be doing voiceovers forever. So I decided not to. But that is a $3,000 microphone. And there's like microphones, a lot of people don't understand. You can buy a $100 microphone and you can buy a $2,000 microphone. They will sound out the gate the same, okay? Where they really shine is in post. What you can do with the amount of information going into the microphone, that is what allows you to make it sound better. But there is really no difference. There is no difference. I'm glad you're still here, Jeff. I thought you were gone because you weren't talking for a while, but I'm glad you're back. Glad you're not dead yet. It is 9:18 right now. That's awesome. I saw your comment on my video groove. If you're still here, that's awesome, man. Sing us a song, we'll decide. I can't sing. I did voiceovers. I can't sing. Okay. I only sing in the shower, and that is it. When I have a wife, she might be able to hear it one day, but nobody else. I really need to get an actual thumbnail for that market cipher video, or else it's just going to blend in with everything else. I really need to start working on thumbnails, but I don't like have any ideas. I don't want to be like one of those Bitcoin channels. Like, I mean, I'm not bashing Crypto Zombie. I absolutely love the guy. But if you look at his thumbnails, they're all essentially the same exact thing, just different placements everywhere. I don't know what I'm going to do for mine. Dude, I don't live with my mom. Okay. And I wouldn't be eating dinner right now, man. I'm trying to work on my weight. Get Jeff to make you a thumbnail. I will. Jeff, can you make me a thumbnail? I promise I will put it on the next live stream. I don't care what it is. You could say Bitcoin scammer wants your Bitcoin. Come listen. I would love that. Yes, I was actually working on the Gann fan video today. I got a little bit frustrated with fish, and then I switched over to the other video because I figured that'd be easier, and it was not. All right, I'm gonna admit right now on live stream, I don't have a bathtub. I have a shower. And listen, all right, just because I'm trying to keep my childhood alive by playing with toys in the bathtub, okay, doesn't mean, okay, maybe it does, doesn't mean that I'm a weirdo, all right? I'm just trying to keep my childhood alive, all right? I got a little Superman jumping off into the water, you know, a little bit of like topple action. Come on, Jeff. If you're not playing with bathtub toys, I don't know what you're doing, but you're ruining your life, all right? It keeps the imagination working, and it's just it's fun. It's fucking fun, all right? I don't actually play with toys in the bathtub. I wish I could, but like I said before, my imagination's gone, so I am no longer a fun person at bath time. Ma, bring me a meat. I want to be like that generic like Cartman meme where it's like, ma'am, hot baggy, ma'am. That was my Cartman impression. There's a store in Amsterdam that only sells rubber ducks. Damn, man. Do they have gigantic ones? So I would buy some gigantic rubber duckies. Jeff is actually my stepdad, guys. I don't know if you know that. My stepdad doesn't like me. Which is kind of weird because saying that it doesn't like the he doesn't like me part doesn't feel true. Well, my stepdad's name is Jeff. Not Jeff Goldstein though. Who would want that last name? Okay, that is directed towards Jeff Goldstein, okay? If anybody in the chat has a last name Goldstein, just know that you are a million tiers ahead of that guy. Okay, you are the best Goldstein. He is like bottom tier. Like he's like scrounging around for pennies, okay? No, before my stepdad sold this house to me, he put in like this so I live in a trailer right now, and we've completely redone it. Ever since I was a kid, I never really wanted a mansion. What I wanted was a trailer that looked like trash on the outside, and I wanted the inside to be as extravagant as it possibly can. Now, I'm not, doing that yet, but that is something that I want to do. I want to have the most, robbery, anti-robbing house. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. It won't get robbed if you look at it from the outside, but the inside is just full of, flat screen TVs everywhere. I want beds coming off the wall. I want my kitchen sink to be a bed. I want beds everywhere because I'm going to throw so many damn parties. But before he moved out, he put in this, because my dad works, I guess he is my dad. He's been around for like 10 years of my life. He's my dad. He put in this really nice shower. It's got like a granite bench. It's super nice. He always sets me up. Like whatever I need, he'll give me like the cheapest price. And he's such a good guy, man. I love him so much. Okay, Andy, that is too far. That is too far. I don't want to promote that. We are having a fun conversation with Jeff. Don't take it that far, please. KPL. So right now we're kind of in the transition period between targets. Okay, a lot of people get antsy in these regions. Okay, but as an example, okay, on these swing highs to swing lows between the bottom and tops of patterns, sometimes you could find support and blast off to the sky and have a retest of resistance. But I am almost certain that it will reach that bottom. Obviously, not everything is certain, but that's the target coming out of this ascending wedge. I'm sticking to it. My stop loss is way up here in the profit. I've already taken profit on my actual trade. So if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But if it does break this 4-to-1 Gann fan, for whatever reason, I will be able to take a position on it, ride it up, and then we take a profit again. That's awesome, Damon. Dude, like, I don't know what the appeal to it, like a gigantic mansion with like fancy cars outside is. I feel like that's just one way to get vandalized because so many people are envious. I'd rather have like, what's like my dream car that's not like a Bugatti? I don't know. Maybe like a Honda Civic. That's like the most generic answer. A Honda Civic, and it's a cool looking one, but it's not like, hey, mug me for my money, Honda Civic. Because the newer Honda Civics, what was the answer to the riddle that your mom told you? So I called her after the stream. She didn't pick up, so I called my stepdad, and my stepdad was like, yeah, she's passed out. And I was like, well, shoot, I'll come over tomorrow then. And then they texted me today, and they were like, she wants you to come over tomorrow, so I have to go over there tomorrow, which works out well. I would have had to come, go over there for like an hour or 2 hours because I had a session at like 5 and 7. So that would have not really worked out. But what I can I've had more time to think about it. So I think she means that if I'm the one doing the videos, I'm the one that has to dish out, like, I have to be able to handle stuff myself. I don't know what she meant by the dried fruit can't hold a sword. Jeff, she was talking about you, man. You're some dried fruit. Mom, let you know straight up. My mom called you dried fruit. All right. I don't think it was Jeff. I think it was somebody else that I sent her a message about. I didn't mention any names, obviously, but I was like, Mom, can you beat up the people that don't like me because I'm 20 years old? They're just 35-year-olds that got broke because they don't know what they're doing. A Challenger Hellcat. I don't think that's like a rob me car, but my neighbor has a Hellcat and someone stole his wheels. So I don't know if I want that. Davis Hudson, what's up, man? They're working so today, too lazy to check. I don't get the last part of that. But what's up, man? We're looking good. We might see a little bit of upside on the continuation downwards, but I don't think it will really affect my swing trade. You see what you're doing, Jeff? You see what you're turning me into? You're turning this into a comedy stream. And you better bet comedy streams get way, way more viewers than trading streams. So keep on, Jeff. Keep on. I'll keep beating your ass, Jeff. Because you ain't winning. You ain't winning. There ain't no way. Alright, I'm gonna have to turn these lights down. So I can handle it for a little bit. But the reflections off my arm, because I'm so pale, just shines into my eyes and starts blinding me. So I gotta I gotta turn the lights down. Where's the app at? Control center. All right, so we're gonna turn it down to like, we'll do. Okay, what is a nice brightness? Is that good? Can I see? Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, there we go. Awesome. Dude, there's one time where my car alarm started going off for like no reason. Like really no reason. Nothing was stolen, door wasn't open, anything like that, and it started going off. So I was like, oh shoot, I'm gonna go find my keys. And I could not find my keys for legit like 15 minutes. And I feel so bad because I live right next to two people and I went over and I was like, I am so sorry. I I could not find my keys. And she was like, it's okay, honey. It's okay. It all happens. It happens to me all the time. That's why I take the bus. And I just died laughing. Oh, my neighbor is such a hoot. Such a hoot and a holler. I love her so much. You don't understand. My car will eventually talk to you. That's terrifying. Four time frame. I love the comment that Sami put on my video that I just put out. He goes, "We love you, Kite. We support you 100%. Jeff Goldstein is a bum. I'll find him for you, and I'll make sure his fingers can't type on the keyboard no more." Oh, Sami, you crack me up, man. Awesome. Gently caress Kite. All right, Jeff. I think you're starting to warm up to me a little bit, man. I think we're starting to become friends, and I don't know how I feel. I think it's one step in the direction that I wasn't planning on. I was hoping we could be enemies forever. You know, kind of like, you know, Dr. Doofenshmirtz and what's his name? What's Perry the Platypus, you know? We're friends, but we're enemies. So I don't want this. I decline. I decline. My car has 100 ways to say I hate you without talking. That was a good one. Frenemies. That's a good one. I'm willing to be frenemies, Jeff. I'm willing. But you got to put in the work too, okay? If you show me too much love, I'm not doing it. If you show me too much hate, I'm not doing it. It's got to be a little bit of both. Both ways, okay? Otherwise, what's the point? Then it's no fun. A yes man is no fun, Jeff. I just saw your message, Groove. Jeff Goldstein is actually Jeffrey Epstein. Run! He's trying to find a way to like build his fortune back after, you know, dying. If I ever see Jeff in a shower stall, you better bet I'm throwing hands. I ain't running. I'm throwing hands, Jeff. Orange corn question. What pattern are you seeing on the lower time frames? That's a difficult one, man. This looks like a bearish continuation. Down towards this support. I said down 2 times. But this little stalling price action right here, It's a good thing that we're actually doing this right now. So what this particular piece of price action is doing, it's letting a lot of the higher time frames cool off. So by the time we get down towards the $8,000 mark, we'll already be oversold. If we went straight down, we probably could smash through 8,000. So if we hold this for a little bit longer and then we break down, there's a much more higher chance that we do hold that 1.618 Fibonacci retracement. So don't view this as a bad thing. I know it is boring, but it's really what I need to see because, like I said, we need to see a inverse head and shoulders pattern on the higher time frames. So we already have a left shoulder here, and then we have a right shoulder, not a right shoulder, a head here. So what needs to happen is on this right here, we need to find support. Technically, we could go all the way down towards 7,300 and still be in the next shoulder. But, you know, I would like to see it hold the 0.618 and then form another shoulder, a little smiley face, and then we blast off. Now, obviously, it's not going to be a straight shot. Never is. We probably will come up. We'll test either the 0.786 or the 8-to-1 Gann fan, make some sort of pattern up here before we actually do bust out to the upside. Or we could form some sort of pattern, come back down, retest previous support, and then blast off. Many different ways to get out of this. This is the first step. Okay, so it's going to be many, many months until we're actually out of this pattern. I'm not totally bullish yet. A lot of stuff could change. We're looking at around 180 days. As long as this 2-to-1 Gann fan holds, definitely a high chance for a bull market. If we do break the 2-to-1, we could move down towards the lower 5,000s, okay? But that is a long ways away. Obviously, if we do break it, I will change my scenario. I will start looking for lower targets. But until that 2-to-1 Gann fan is broken, no reason to be bearish right now. You can be medium-term bearish, short-term bearish, and look for that drop. But right now, no reason to be macro bearish. How much time do you think is needed to stay like this sideways before a dump to 8K? I take kind of a zen approach to price action. I really don't care how much time a certain pattern takes to break out. Obviously, I get antsy because I'm an impatient little 20-year-old, but I would expect sometime soon. Let's go ahead and look at our 6-hour. 6-hour, we're looking for a rejection, or else we could actually see exaggerated bullish divergence bring us back up to the upside and retest this 4-to-1 Gann fan on the 6-hour. But our stochastic is still very, very high, which is giving me the certainty that even if we did come back up a little bit, it would only be a retest and we would still get rejected. Let's see. We are getting a curvature at the 50 on the RSI though. That is potentially a bad thing. So right now we're losing money flow, bearish sign. We are still below on the trend, so that is a bearish sign. And we have a high stochastic RSI. So we're leaning about, 65 to 70% bearish right now on the higher time frames. But if we do get a bounce off the 50, I definitely do think that we could find support here and then kind of put in, I would expect probably kind of a descending triangle to be formed off of this if that did happen. So most likely your top resistance would be here. Your bottom support would be here because this is our 0.5. I know I don't have it marked out right now, but this would be our 0.5. So that is a pretty strong support to be holding at. All right. But I would assume that would start building a descending triangle. And then we could go ahead, get a target off of this. If we do break out to the downside sometime around here, you can see that would bring us down to the 0.618. So that is another option that we have in order to come back down, which isn't what I want to see because it won't let me make as much profit. But it is something that would be potentially something that could happen. 4,200 to 4,800. See, the reason why 4,200 to 4,800 really doesn't make sense in my mind. Well, it's not that it doesn't make sense. It's just we would really, really have to come down some. So in order to get down to the 4,000s, we would need to break this Gann fan, and this Gann fan, which could happen. It could happen. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know. I don't know. Time will tell. Time will tell. Like I said, I'm a sectional trader. Okay, I know it sounds wrong, but I take price action as it goes. I'm not making like crazy calls. I'm not saying we're going down to $1,000. I'm not saying we're going up to $100,000 to $200,000. Very realistic. I'm working from target to target and just working my way through it as it goes. Well, for me, we would start being bullish once we break this 4-to-1 Gann fan, whether it be right here or whether it be down here. The moment that we break this 4-to-1 Gann fan, it is definitely a indication that we are actually breaking out to the upside. Obviously, we need to see the 8-to-1 get broken as well for like an official call. But so far, the 4-to-1 Gann fan is our strongest resistance. I haven't checked my Discord during the live stream. Sometimes I get messages on there from people that, from the live stream. How you manage your stake when you were asleep? So like I said, all my trades are pre-planned. I already have my take profit points set up. I already have my entries and exits set up. So once I set up my trade, I walk away. I could go to sleep. Everything is managed for me, not by a bot or anything, but by manual points that I put up. I have a good stop loss. I have a good entry. I have good take profit points. I can go to bed. Like the other night, when we were at the top here, I just said, screw it. If it's going to break, it's going to break. But I do think it's going to break down. I went to bed. Woke up with a buku amount of bucks. Started my day off right. And now we've been sitting in the same pattern for a day and 16 hours. So you win some, you lose some. I need it below 8,640 30 minutes. Mrs. G, help this man out. You are our local whale. That's a tongue twister. You are our local whale. Never mind. I got it. Okay, I realized right now that I've been playing the same song for like 30 minutes straight. I'm so sorry. Where does your micro chart start? Can't see on the live stream. All right, so you have a couple different ways of doing this. Okay, me, it's pattern, breakout, bottom, top. You could also look at this top and this bottom, because technically we still are within this pennant formation on the macro time frames. So you could draw your Gann fans from this high and this low, and it should look similar. But definitely you want to take it by price structure by price structure. You could have another chart just solely dedicated to that. Let's see what it would look like, actually. Let's go ahead and draw that. We'll start a new chart. I don't want to put it on this chart because that is too many damn lines. But we will look. Log scale. Trying to see. I think this is actually accurate. Let's try to make it match a little bit more of this price action over here, though. Okay, that actually would be a lot more accurate, I think. And when you view it like this, you can actually see more bullish signs. Not only are we at the home stretch of this gigantic pennant formation, we have broken below the 0.5 and broke through it like it was nothing. The significance of the 0.5 is huge. And the fact that we blew through it, I think, is a huge, huge sign. So if we're looking at this on a macro scale, we could come down to $7,818. I would want to see support there. If we see support there, that is an extremely good sign that we are macro bullish. Because like I said, we're at the home stretch. Our weekly is looking fantastic. We're back above the 0.5. It's looking good, guys. It definitely is. Now, just from this pattern here, we are still above the 0.5 as well. Got a nice bounce off of it. The 0.5 for this pattern is at the 0.382 of the macro pattern. I think that your 0.6 is too high. I don't think so. You can see that we got rejected off of it right here. Because, I mean, I'm directly on the top and I'm directly on the bottom. So these are set up correctly in my standards. TL, what's up, buddy? I read your comment, but I didn't say hello. And Harry, what's up, man? How you doing, buddy? So what did we get rejected off of? So this is just the absolute macro chart. Okay, so it doesn't reflect a lot of the price action rejections that we've been seeing. So this one is based off of this low to this high. This one is based off of this high to this low. Okay, so this is the full picture from our all-time high to the recent bottom. Okay, so this one is like your macro view of things. You can see that the 8-to-1 Gann fan. If you set up your Gann fans based on this price action, you could have called the top of 14K pretty damn easy, okay? So, got rejected off the 8-to-1 Gann fan, finding support along the 4-to-1 Gann fan. We're back above the 0.5. If we can continue to find support upon it, I do think that this right here, this lines up almost perfectly with my chart. Now, this one would definitely be a much more macro time frame, so we'd probably be looking at about, let's see. I mean, that's almost as much as we were looking at before, like 3.5 years, 4 years, you know, even 2.5 years, we could do some shit. This would probably be the channel for our bull market. If not, if we break $6,000 again, I'm not looking, it's not looking good, guys. It's not looking good. I do think if we break $6,000 from this macro point of view, that is the first step in me potentially looking at much lower targets. Obviously, looking at this chart, we could come all the way down to 4,000. So if we break $4,000, then it's really not looking good. But on a macro point of view, we should hold the 6,000s. Yes, I have my fibs based on log scale, as well as my Ganns. You can see that right here. Otherwise, the fib levels would not make any sense. You can see the 0.618 is all the way up here. We got to bounce off the 0.2, 236. But guys, this is huge. And like I'm saying, like Gann fans, if used effectively, listen, I have no clue why they work so well, but it's pure magic. It's pure magic. All you have to know is how to set them up and how to make moves off of them. You don't need to know why they work. Just make money off of them. Take advantage of it. So definitely, this could be just another move down towards the 6,000s. And then we find support there and officially start trending upwards. But coming from this point of perspective, I would like to see this kind of pattern form. I don't use fib circles. It's not my forte. I use horizontal and diagonal resistance. I don't see the appeal to using circles. It's nothing against fib circle boy. It's just, I don't I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I'm sure that just like Gann fans, if you learn how to use them correctly, you could potentially make really incredible moves off of them. But Gann fans inherently came to me as a form to draw technical analysis. Fib circles, it doesn't calculate. Sound? Oh no, I was just singing the song, but I didn't want to sing it out loud because I don't like singing. But the fib formula is ever the same, or not. Fib circles and retracements have all the same difference based on numbers. Yeah, I would assume so, since they are fib circles. I just don't see how they could be effective. I could see them being effective in terms of like market cycles, kind of how those are used, because maybe market cycles don't make much sense to you, and I totally understand that. Why? How does a arbitrary number have any effect on the market? But time and time again, they've held true. So for me, since they work, I'm not going to ask any questions. I'm just going to go with the flow. So I'm sure fib circles are the same way. I make tons of money off of these Gann fans and fib retracements and time cycles. I really don't need to go anywhere else with this. Obviously, I would love to learn Elliott wave theory to its fullest potential. There is many great traders that use that. Filicone loves it, and I love Filicone. But for me, there's no real reason to right now. I can make informative decisions based off of these and make really, really great money. Yes. So like I said, I was in the process of making the Gann fan video today, and then I kind of got frustrated with fish. And then I switched over to the market cipher video, and I had to retake that 50 times. So that should be out either tomorrow or the next day, whenever I have a chance to get to that again. There's already one out, but I want to redo it because there is some nuances on making your chart more accurate. I really didn't touch on that, so I do have to redo that. So I'll probably just delete the old one once I upload the new one. Oh, I need better posture, guys. If you guys see me slouching, please type in chat. Put your back against the chair, Kite. I need reinforcement. I think I am going to be buying a Herman Miller chair. Anybody got a Herman Miller chair they recommend? Because I really don't want to buy the $1,000 version. But if you guys say that that is the best one, I guess I have to. Products. Oh, they got desks too? I might get a new desk, guys. I need a new desk. This one, It's tried and true. I've had it for years, but it is torn up. And I would like to have more like width instead of just height. Seating, office chairs. You said the Aaron? I guess that's how. This one right here. That looks comfy. How much is it? View the portfolio. You caught my attention. How much is it? Buy now. I guess they don't want to show you the price. 1,400 bucks. Is it worth $1,400 for a chair? Is it on Amazon? Is this the same chair? Is this the same chair just for 500 bucks? Please tell me there's a difference. Please tell me there's a difference I am not seeing. They have the same name. So, okay, so this one's the classic. The new one has new bells and whistles. That's what I'm assuming. Because I was about to say, Herman Miller just tried to jip me, and I'm coming for their neck. All right, I'm not gonna put this on the live stream because I don't want you guys to have to deal with me picking out chairs. Herman Miller. Okay. Okay, so back to products. We'll go back to office chairs. I've heard a lot about these embody chairs. I've heard those are really good too. Let me Google it. Best Herman Miller chair. I might have to look on Craigslist too, because it doesn't make sense. That is something that I was looking at getting, Crypto Fever, because this desk right here, it has adjustable legs. So at one point in my life, I had just a standing desk for about, I would say, a year and 3 months. And it was awesome. I definitely liked it. I just fell back into my old ways. All right, tell me, look at this. This is a $6,500 chair. All right, listen, it looks nice. It's a nice chair. It's a cool chair. It looks very relaxing to sit in. All right, and the fact that you can collapse it into into a standard chair, that's pretty cool. All right, that's innovative. $6,500 innovative? I don't think so. Herman Miller, you're scamming people out here, and I'm going to start a riot. We're going to have a talk. All right, so should I go with the Aaron chair or the embody chair? Do I want... Because the embody chair looks like I can lean back super far if I want to. All right, let's go on Craigslist. Let's see if Craigslist has anything. I'm sure I might have to travel, but I'm willing to travel if I can save $700. Herman Miller. No way. I don't think that's Herman Miller. Listen, the way I trade, when I'm driving, I'm making money. when I'm sleeping. I'm making money. I don't need to be at my computer the entire time I'm trading. Herman Miller alternatives. There's a whole Reddit thread dedicated to Herman Miller alternatives. Human scale freedom headrest. Human scale freedom headrest. That looks comfy. This one's only 500. Occupied chair. Oh my god, guys. The human scale freedom headrest chair is on sale for 5 hours. Okay? The original price. Okay, so it's 64% off right now, guys. I know this is a sale tactic, but it really is working. Should I buy it? Maybe I'll look it up on Craigslist first. You're right. You're right. Look it up on Craigslist. Craigslist. Human scale. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any in my... So this is what I'm looking at right here. So $549, 64% off. So it says, I'm sure this is just a sales tactic. And this is the actual price that it will always be sold at. My mom falls for that type of stuff all the time. Like, buy this, it's 75% off. And it's like, well, it's only worth 20 bucks. Office chair. Okay, so we're going to go to Amazon. Amazon.com. Office chair. Ergonomics mesh chair, computer chair. So is this what I'm supposed to be looking at? Like these types of chairs? I think this one I'm sitting in is like $100. So it's like, it's better than my last chair, don't get me wrong. But it's like, there's like no lumbar support unless I'm leaning all the way back. I don't like that. I'm old now. Jeff Goldstein knows all about that lumbar support. DX racers are the biggest scam, man. My roommate has one. He literally bought a new chair like 3 months after having it. Secret Lab chairs. These are gaming chairs. These are like, I'm not gonna say they're worthless. All they are regular chairs with pillows as lumbar support. They look cool, don't get me wrong, but they aren't good chairs to sit in all the time. I'm looking for something that I can sit in every single day and it won't screw me up. I think I've done that a lot of times with Amazon Aaron Crypto. And like I did it so much with that monitor that it went from a $1,500 monitor down to $1,000, and I still didn't buy it. There's just no reason, but I wanted that monitor. I don't know, man. The Herman Miller chairs are, I feel like, are my best bet because they're tried and true. They have, you know, hundreds of thousands of reviews. Everybody rants and raves about them. But damn, man, are they expensive? For a chair? I know, I like the way TL put it, like it's only $100 a year for a chair. But that's still $100 a year for a chair. So I don't know. And that's after 10 years. All right, I'm going to stop talking about chairs. I'll come to this decision on my own. I don't want to bombard you guys with this. ME, this better not be a gaming chair, Abdullah. This better not be a gaming chair. ME Labs. Oh, I've seen these. Aren't these like $30,000? Okay, those are sick. I don't think I need it though. But they are awesome. Oh, they're only a couple thousand. Why did I say 30,000? Maybe with the computer and everything like that. I don't know. Depending on that would be sick to have in my house. Young Song, thank you so much for the $5, man. I really do appreciate it. Kite, try at purse.io and buy with crypto name your account, etc. 25% off. Oh yeah, I've heard about purse.io. I used to use that back in 2017. Look at the human scale website. See, the human scale, it's $1,200. So if I would, and it doesn't look like it has a lot of the adjustment things that the Herman Miller does. So if I was to go for that type of chair, I would probably go with the Herman Miller. I'm gonna go to the featured models. They have some that are like $2,000. Let me see if Amazon has any refurbished Herman Miller chairs. I mean, this one does the same thing. Like, if I take out a little notch, I can lean back. Hey, do you think it's safe to ladder a small short up to 8,800? Yeah, I do think that is a safe plan. Obviously, your macro resistance is this 4-to-1 Gann fan. So I'd probably put your stop loss on anything you do. Like if it is a longer term trade, put your stop loss around the upper 9,300s, most definitely. It's weird because it's super thin, but you can sit in it forever. It's comfy. Yeah, because this seat, after a while, your butt bones start digging into it, and it does not get comfy. It gets more uncomfy as time goes. I think I'll probably just go with the $549 classic. I feel like this would be a safe bet. It's not like anything crazy. It's not, $1,500. It's a nice chair. I wish it. Okay, let me look up a YouTube review. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pull the trigger on this Herman Miller Classic. It looks like a good all around chair. It's not anything crazy. No bells and whistles. It's a regular chair, but definitely has some adjustment things that make it worthwhile. So I think I'll go with that. Looks like a good one. Let's start. No, you don't need to start a donation fund for a chair. I can buy it on my own. Okay, King D13. All right. I understand. Shouldn't be doing it, but I sit in my shower, not my shower. I sit in my chair like probably like 8 hours a day. Okay, gonna be honest. So I need something that is going to be the best. Jeff Goldstein, you're still here? I thought you left. It's gonna be late, Kite. It's getting late. Kite, when is your mom going to tuck you into bed? I don't know, man. I would have to get her like over here, and then it just wouldn't be worth her time. You know, I could go over there and she could tuck me into bed. I don't know. But, you know, Jeff, since we do have this friend-enemy relationship, how about you tuck me into bed and then try to kill me in my sleep? That's like a good, like, yin and yang type situation. Oh, the MW. Oh, yeah. That as well. I could buy that on my own. There's no need. The problem with the MWE, I would love to buy that. I just don't see how I could effectively use it in my house. So I have enough room in my house, but for that piece of machinery, I don't know where I would put it. I could put it in the living room. If Kite were alive in medieval times, he'd have a wife and 2 kids by now. Jeff, I don't understand why you're hating on me for being so young and getting into this whole scene. I understand where you're coming from, where, hey, you're so young, why are you teaching other people? But I know the information and I know it well, and I will help those that don't. That's all. Chain Wax Crypto, goodbye, buddy. I probably will be heading off streams too shortly, so my mother can tuck me into bed. But have a good night, man. I appreciate you being here. 50 RSI is getting hit on the 1 hour now. Are you right? We got to look for that rejection, guys. If we want to see this break down, we need to see a rejection here. If not, it could just pump up. We could see bearishly diverging RSI on the higher time frames. There we go. And then we will fall down. Obviously, I would like my profit a little bit sooner than later. I definitely don't want this to turn into a descending triangle. I could scalp it. Like, I already have a long scalp in. But I would love at least like 2 or 3 good swing trades on this pattern. How long do you usually wait in certain situations like this? As long as it takes. Don't get antsy with your trades. As long as you know you're making the best decision at the best time, having the best entry, the best stop loss, just wait. Just wait. Don't get antsy. Crypto Chris, I appreciate it, buddy. If you're thinking about it, definitely think a little bit longer. I don't want to force anybody into it because I don't want people like Jeff Goldstein coming at me being like, hey, join my crypto group. It's going to make you a millionaire. It's not going to make you a millionaire, but it will give you a lot of information on how to potentially grow your stack over a long period of time safely without losing all your money. Jeff, I don't like warm milk. I kind of find it nasty. That's what a kind of a trap that a lot of people fall into is they're always trying to reach some sort of target, whether it be for the month or for the, the day. Like, it's a good thing to say, oh, I would love to make 2% of my portfolio a day, but you're being unrealistic. Some months you'll make like 20%. Some months you'll make 35%. Some months you'll make 10%. But that is all based on the price action and what you do with it. So like right here, you're just holding on to a short the entire time. Okay. I think I added about 15 to 20% during that with just one swing trade. This over here, I was able to add 30 to 35% to my portfolio because we had a wonderful move up, wonderful move down, back and forth, and then a wonderful breakout. Thank you. What trading sites do I need, please? You just need Bybit, TradingView, and a Coinbase account, a Coinbase Pro, Gemini, whichever your preferred onboard platform is. Jeff is really trying here. I love it, man. I don't stop, Jeff. I snuggle with fish, and he's a real animal. He's a cute, cuddly little animal. I do like hot chocolate. Oh, my back, dude. I just want to lay down on my bed right now. Let's see. At 10:30, I'll hop off. And Jeff, you better say goodnight. Good night, say it back. Okay? When we do the goodbyes, if you don't say goodbye, you're getting banned next time, all right? If you want to stick around, if you want to be the local troll, you got to participate in the goodbyes. All right? That's the rules. All right? Oh, God. Keep smoking your crack pipe, bub. I'll take that as a goodbye. That's a good goodbye. And this is one fancy crack pipe. Look at this thing. That's so cool, Jeff. So, Jeff, let me explain to you how this works. All right, so you have a coil right here, which heats up the e-juice, turns into the vapor, okay? And then you have a tank down here that pumps into said cotton that heats up. Isn't that so cool? Did I call you sketchy before? Or did I really say stretchy? I was about to say, well, comes with the name, sketchy. Crypto Chris, have a good night, man. Hopefully one day I'll have another Crypto Chris in here. Papa, Papo Crypto Revolution, where you at? I hope I get to talk to him one day, at least for like 5 minutes. I don't give a fuck. I don't do drugs. Because I'm a cool kid. I don't do drugs. I'm not promoting that you vape. I'm not promoting the things I talk about on Livestream. Okay? But Jeff, hating somebody because they partake in something that you might not like, that's ignorance. Okay? Vape is for losers. Smoke cigarettes like a real boy. Because Jeff is from the 50s, and it was... Jeff is a drug. You're right, man. I'm having way too much fun. Jeff, what do you do for a living? Where do you work? All that kind of stuff. I could... so, I pictured Jeff as either like a repo man, a pastor, or an accountant. One of those three professions definitely fit you, Jeff. And don't lie. If you're one of those things, please tell me. Please tell me. If I guessed it, I'm magic. Actually, I take that back. Because accountants, they like to party. Okay. Let's see. What else? I said accountant, repo man. You don't know what a repo man is? You've never watched TV in your life? Jeff don't have a job. My name is Jeff. Debt collector? Debt collector is kind of like a repo man. I can see that. Come on, Jeff, tell us. What do you do? Who is your daddy and what does he do? Your dad's probably dead because you're probably pretty old. All right. Whatever I say, it is directed towards Jeff. Please don't take offense if your dad is really dead. I feel for you. I'm sorry, but not for Jeff. At this very moment, he is not showing the friend side of this equation. All right, so we got 4 minutes left, so I'm going to start saying goodbye, so that way I can say goodbye to everybody before I leave. Question, I want to trade on margin, but I live in New York, and I cannot find a good trading platform. Any suggestions? Sign up to Bybit with a VPN. Everything will be okay. You shouldn't feel bad. It's not your fault. Jeff, I probably think we have something in common. Do you have titties too? I got titties. I'm working on it though. We could be workout buddies, Jeff. Now, I know we got to take it slow because you're bones, but we could be workout buddies. Jeff's not going to answer because I already answered for him. He's one of those three things, and I know it. Kite, I train you. Oh, that'd be awesome, man. Oh, that's a good one. Angry security guard that never made the cut as a cop. If this thing pumps, I will punch Kite in the face. Why? Are you oh, so what kind of pump are you talking about? Because I've already talked about that. We have some potential to come back up a little bit. I don't think we're coming back above the 4-to-1 anytime soon. But that's a threat. That's a threat, man. Why'd you do that? That hurt my feelings. None of what you said so far has hurt my feelings. But that just did. Saying that you punched me in the face? At what point did I say or do anything to make you want to punch me in the face, Jeff? I've been nothing but nice. I haven't banned you. I haven't kicked you. I haven't taken down your comments. I have given you reasonable answers for everything that you have said. I've had chats with you. I have shown you nothing but kindness. And time again, you tear me down as if I'm nothing. Jeff, why are all of your comments very, very short, not thought out, and I don't know how to put it. It doesn't feel like you're an old dude. I don't think Jeff is old. I think Jeff is a young man, probably almost the same age as me, actually. And I think he just doesn't like the fact that I am progressing where he has stood still. But Jeff, there is still time. If you are young, you can do what you have to do in order to make sure that you're successful. I got lucky, Jeff. I definitely got lucky. I will admit that. But with that luck, I had to learn how to manage what I made off of it. So that is the difference between me and you. Maybe you didn't get lucky, but all you got to do is work hard. Jeff equals crypto face. That would be something, wouldn't it? That would be something. So Jeff is the local troll. I haven't determined an age or where he, what type of job he works in. So I have no clue. So when I look up Jeff Goldstein, this is the face. So this is what Jeff Jeff, this is what I will always picture you as. You're this man right here. And late at night, when you're sitting in bed, you go on YouTube and you find the most lowest common denominator, lowest subscriber amount YouTube channels you can find, and you berate them. You have a huge nose and Dracula ears, okay? And I bet you still can't even see with those glasses. You shouldn't be driving, you old man. Get a Tesla with autopilot. All right, I've had my fun with Jeff. We've had a great stream. It's 10:30, guys. I want to lay down, start getting back to bed. Not back to bed, but start going to bed. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for having fun with me. Jeff, I appreciate it as well. I love it, man. I feel personally attacked. I'm so sorry, TL. Like I said, everything that, that might seem hurtful and seem like a generalization, that is all directed towards Jeff. But TL, I'm sure that you are in much better shape than Jeffrey Goldstein will ever be. Jeffrey. I'm going to start calling you Jeffrey. Is that what your mom used to call you? I'm sure you have some sort of like psychological component where if your mother used to yell at you, she definitely said Jeffrey. And you probably had that strike of fear. So every time I address you now, just know that I'm going to say Jeffrey Goldstein. No longer are you a man. You're not a Jeff. You are a Jeffrey. So Jeff is a funeral director in Ukraine. More info on the 101s. So 101s, they are $450 through crypto or $500 through Patreon. If you do buy it through Patreon, it does say monthly. You just need to buy it once and then you're done. You get 2 sessions a week, as many as you need. Usually people only need about, 4 to 5 sessions. Sometimes people pick everything up in 2 sessions. If we can cut through a lot of the, little stuff really fast. But obviously the more sessions you get, the less you're paying per hour technically. So if you get 10 sessions, you're paying about $45 an hour. Pretty damn great deal to me. You get lifetime Discord and lifetime Telegram, which I give out calls and more information on the market throughout the day. I give out daily outlooks on, how I'm reading my indicators, what I'm seeing, and just kind of like a reassurance, because a lot of people do kind of need that haven't been in the market really long. So if that is something you wanted to do, go ahead and do that. Also mod me. All right, I have to mod Seth. I hope you guys understand. Seth has been here. He was like one of the first. He was the second person, I think, that took one of the 101s. So he gets it. God dang it, Seth. You should have been here earlier. You should have seen the battle between me and Jeffrey Goldstein. We were heating things up. We were throwing insults back and forth. I definitely think that I won. Okay, just hands down. Jeff had no comebacks whatsoever besides you're a child. But we really got in there. I guess most of my insults, I just called him an old man. But I definitely think I was more creative with him. Fearless Fly, good night, buddy. Paris, good night. I got a word. Listen here, Boobala. I can't do an old man Jewish voice. Boobala. Korean, have a great night, buddy. I appreciate you being here. Congratulations on becoming mod. You definitely earned it, buddy. I think I did well. I didn't want to ban him or just throw him straight out of the gate. I really did like I like talking to Jeff. It was fun. Let's do it again sometime, man. Hope to see you in the next stream. Gas man, later Gator. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Oh God. Aaron chair, that's too much. Why not a milk crate? It's so much more economical. That was like a mix between Jewish and like old like immigrant Asian guy. Mort from Family Guy. Okay, I can put it into perspective now. Probably still can't do it. King D13, thanks for coming, buddy. I appreciate it. Definitely keep the stream. It kept the stream alive, I think. Because a lot of times, you know, we talk about price action. We'll find something to talk about eventually. But this was fun. This was super fun. Amp, have a good night, man. Do I find it under Kite on Patreon? So there's a link in the description. It should be the top link. So on Patreon, you have 3 different options. You can do just a donate as a way to say thank you. You can also do just the Telegram group. Does not come with the Discord. The Discord is only for the people in the one-on-ones. Reason being is I want the Discord to be a place of discussion and not a place for people to hang out and take advantage of others. I don't want people that don't know how to form their own opinions in the Discord. So I want, you know, if you don't know anything, definitely do the one-on-ones, start to learn how to formulate your own decisions based on what's happening in the market, then come over to the Discord and discuss it with us. We do weekly meetups right now. We do Thursdays at 8 p.m. And we're working on a second one sometime during the weekend that's earlier so people that are overseas can make it as well. And so those are really fun. The last one went awesome. Good night. And Jeff, send that BTC address. All right, guys. It's been fun. I appreciate it. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support on the video that I put out today. And thank you for coming to my aid and defending me against Jeff. I felt like I didn't need it, but it was definitely good having you guys back me up. I do appreciate it. Kind of feels dirty having, you know, like 70 people versus 1. That doesn't feel right, but it shows me I'm doing something right. So Jeff, have a good night. Everybody else, have a good night as well. Marcus, have a good night as well, man. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And you don't have to speak, you just have to watch. But as always, if you guys have questions, don't be afraid to ask them. I will answer them to the fullest potential that I have. Whatever it is, even if it's a question that's already been asked 1,000 times, I will answer it. Whenever I can. JD, Jeff is the local troll now. Hopefully he'll be in the next live stream. But he kept me busy all night. But I appreciate it. He's a good guy too. You know, not everybody's bad. They just either were raised bad or, I don't know, got handed a bad card. But I appreciate it. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next one. I'll be on Wednesday. If we do dump, I might hop on live stream to celebrate the success. But yeah, I appreciate it. I'm going to go lay down and watch some Netflix. And I might play some video games. I'm not sure. But I appreciate it. Goodbye, guys. And hopefully by next week, you'll see me in a Herman Miller chair. And I'll be a comfy man. All right. End stream button. Found it. Bye, guys. Jeffrey, not Jeff. You're right. Jeffrey. Jeffrey, good night, buddy. All right. Bye-bye, guys.